Culture is a way of life that develops and is owned by a person or group of people and is passed down from generation to generation but not hereditary, and is interpreted as matters relating to human mind and reason. Characteristic of culture. Number one, culture is social because it is the product of behavior. Culture does not exist in isolation. It is a product of society. It develops through social interaction. Nobody can acquire culture without associating with others. Number two, culture varies from society to society. Every society has a culture of its own that differs from other societies. The culture of every society is unique by itself. Cultures are not uniform. Culture elements like custom, tradition, morals, values, and belief are not constant. Number three, culture is shared. Culture is not something that an individual alone can possess. Culture, in sociological sense, is shared. For example, people of a society share all custom, tradition, belief, ideas, values, moral, and etc.
4. Culture is learned. Culture is not inborn. It is learned, unlearned behavior then is not culture. Shaking hands, saying thanks, etc. are cultural behaviors. Not all behaviors are learned, but most of these can be. Combing hair, standing in line, telling jokes, criticizing the president, and going to movies all constitute behaviors that need to be learned. 5. Culture is transmitted among members of society. Culture ways are learned by people from others. Many of these ways are handed down from elders, parents, teachers, and others, most likely individuals of older generation. Why? Other cultural behaviors are handed up to elders. Transmission of culture made possible by language. Language is the main vehicle of culture. Transmission of culture may take place also through imitation as well as through instruction. 6. Culture is continuous and cumulative. Culture exists as a continuous process. In its historical growth, it tends to become cumulative. Ralph Linton called culture the social heritage of man. No culture ever remains constant or permanent. It is subject to slow but constant variation. Likewise, culture is responsive to the changing condition of the physical world, hence it is dynamic. 7. Culture is dynamic. This simply means that cultures interact and change, because most cultures are in contact with other cultures. They exchange ideas and symbols. All cultures change, otherwise they would have problems adapting to changing environments.
Function of culture. 1. Culture provides us with a sign for living. It is always learned and acquired. 2. Culture provides a series of patterns by which biological and social cultural demands of group members are met, e.g., food, shelter, and reproduction, and relationship with group and individuals. 3. Culture provides a set of rules to ensure cooperation of the individuals of a group in adjusting environmental situation. 4. Culture provides individual a set of ready-made definition of situation. 5. Culture helps in understanding and predicting the human behavior, and also it provides channel of interaction for individuals within the group. 6. Culture provides us a guidepost or kind of a map for all our life activities. It defines the pattern of behavior for individuals so that he acts according to the behavior pattern prescribed and defined by culture. 7. Culture acts as a means of social control through norms, folkway, and move laws. Thus, culture functions to deeply influence control and direct behavior and life of the individual and of group. All these functions are controlled through norms or rules made in society. These norms may be governed by sanction or punishment, so the study of norms, mores, folkways, laws, etc. is necessary for knowing the culture of society.
Intercultural communication. Intercultural communication is a discipline that studies communication across different cultures and social groups, or how cultures affect communication. Characteristic of intercultural communication. The first one is diversity. Intercultural communication involves communication between people from different cultural backgrounds, which means that there is great diversity in terms of language, beliefs, values, customs, and behavior patterns. Complexity. Communicating across cultures can be complex and challenging, as it requires understanding and dealing with cultural differences and adapting to different communication styles. The third one is contextualization. Communication in an intercultural context is highly contextualized, meaning it is influenced by the social, cultural, and historical context in which it occurs. The last one is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication plays an important role in intercultural communication, as it can convey important cultural meanings and nuance that may not be conveyed through verbal communication. The fifth, high degree of risk. Communication between cultures often takes place in high risk situations, such as business negotiations or healthcare interaction, where misunderstanding or miscommunication can have significant consequences. The sixth, power dynamics. Power dynamics can affect communication between cultures, as individuals from different cultures may have different levels of power and influence in certain situations. And the last one, adapt and learn. Effective intercultural communication requires adapting to different cultural norms and learning about other people's cultural practices in order to communicate effectively and respectfully.